In the distant deserts of the Middle East, the invisible tension between Iran and Israel has been simmering for decades. At the heart of this geopolitical rivalry lies a complicated interplay of strategic interests, religious differences, and regional influence. Both nations possess formidable military capabilities and have frequently flexed their muscles through proxies and covert operations. The origins of the hostility can be traced back to the Islamic Revolution of 1979 in Iran, when the Shah was overthrown and the new Islamic Republic fundamentally altered its foreign policy. Israel, once a behind-the-scenes ally of Iran during the reign of the Shah, swiftly became a declared adversary. The new Iranian regime was staunchly opposed to Israel's right to exist, framing it as a Zionist entity occupying Palestinian lands. Over the years, Iran's rhetoric grew more hostile, and its support for anti-Israel militant groups such as Hezbollah and Hamas increased, further heightening animosities. In response, Israel ramped up its intelligence efforts and took to preemptive strikes whenever it perceived an imminent threat, leading to a series of shadow wars. The political leadership in both nations has often used this rivalry domestically to rally their populations. Iran's hardliners have employed anti-Israel sentiment as a unifying force, while Israeli leaders have often pointed to the Iranian threat to justify extensive security measures and military campaigns. In recent times, Iran's nuclear ambitions have become the most contentious issue. Israel perceives a nuclear-armed Iran as an existential threat and has consistently pushed for stringent international sanctions against Tehran. Meanwhile, Iran maintains that its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes, although its lack of transparency has led to widespread skepticism. In the labyrinthine world of international diplomacy, the situation is further complicated by the involvement of global superpowers. The United States has traditionally backed Israel, providing it with military aid and political support, while Russia and China are seen as more sympathetic to Iran's stance. The winds of change sometimes blow across the region, offering glimmers of hope for diplomacy and reconciliation, but entrenched positions and mutual distrust have kept the cycle of antagonism alive. The sands of the Middle East have soaked up the blood of countless conflicts, and the story of Iran and Israel appears to be another chapter in this grim history. As both nations continue to navigate their paths through a turbulent geopolitical landscape, the world watches with bated breath, hoping that cooler heads will prevail before the simmering tension erupts into open conflict.